Good morning, it's Kim from the Shamrock Quilt Studio, and I'm here today, not from the studio, but from the laundry room. And let me just tell you before we start, this is probably the most unattractive room in my entire house, and it's always a mess. So overlook that and let's talk about quilts. Now, you hear a lot of people talking about pre-washing their fabrics before making a quilt. And yes, that's very important because you want to get all those excess dyes out of your fabric before you put them together and wash them so they don't bleed on each other. But equally as important is how you treat your quilts after they're made. So join me right after this and I'll give you a couple of pointers that may help. And welcome back to the Shamrock Quilt Studio. Well, welcome back. We're talking about quilts today and how we launder them and important things we need to keep in mind. Now, I have a quilt here that's probably, I would say, almost 10 years old. And I don't even remember at this point if I pre-washed these fabrics or not. But I've never had any problem with this particular one fading or transferring color on me. But I do want to tell you some of the things that I do to help maintain it and kind of protect it from wear and from color bleed and things like that. Now, I usually use my quilts a few months and then I put them away in storage until it's time to use them again. And this particular one we've been using and it's time to wash it and put it away. Now that's not to say I don't wash it the entire time it's on the bed, but I do wash it before it's put away. So that's what we're going to do today. So here's the quilt and I'm going to put it in the washer, just my regular washer, and we're going to wash it. And I kind of wash them pretty much, especially if it's one like this where it's mostly white and some colors, in warm water. If it were a black based quilt or something that had some really crazy wild colors, I may do that in cool water. And if I have any kind of decorative pillows or pillowcases, like this one has a couple of embroidered pillowcases that I usually use with it, it goes in there as well. And I just use regular detergent. I don't use anything that's whitening or anything that has oxy or bleach or anything like that in it. And I just put it in the regular detergent dispenser. I don't usually use fabric softener because I don't want that extra smell or the extra chemicals in the fabric. So we're just going to wash this on a load for bedding or bulky clothes, and that gives it extra water, warm cycle, and we're going to set it to run. Now, it's going to make a lot of noise while it gets started, but I do want to talk to you about some of the key points that you may need to know. The most important thing about this whole process is, and especially on newly made quilts or quilts that have a lot of contrast between their background and their featured fabrics, is once it finishes washing, you want to be here and immediately take it out and get it in the dryer. Because the wet fabric sitting against the wet fabric is what's going to cause it to bleed. Now, you don't want that because that's what's going to cause you problems. And if you happen to have a quilt that happens, then there are remedies on the internet that can help you restore that back to the way it was, or at least get it closer. The other thing I want to talk to you about is care of your quilt while it's on your bed. If you're making these quilts to use on your bed, and let's not talk too much about guest rooms and stuff like that because they don't really see a whole lot of use. But a quilt that you're going to use every single day, I would strongly recommend that you use a top sheet. And I know a lot of people now have gotten to a place where they don't use top sheets. They just use their fitted sheets and a cover of some type. If you're using a quilt that's been made, I would strongly recommend that you use that top sheet, because that's a little light barrier between you and any oils that you may have on your skin and your work. So that will provide some protection. And usually for me, I always take that flat sheet and fold it over the edge of the quilt where it's coming up to my face, so that it protects the edge of the quilt from oils on your hands or your face or anything like that. So that would be helpful as well. When you're adjusting the quilt on your bed, and you might need to tug it from one side to the other to make sure it's lined up appropriately, or pulling the quilt up to the pillows, you'll find that because the quilt drapes over the edge, it's almost like it's pulling against you. It won't move. So if you take that quilt and give it a little fluff, and while it's fluffed up in the air, then pull it, then you use the power of that air underneath to give it a little cushion to slide on. And you'll be less likely to break any of your threads in your quilt, and less likely to pop open seams. So we're going to let this quilt wash. It's got about an hour to wash, and then as soon as the little dinger goes off, I'll come up here and stick it in the dryer. And usually I let them dry through a full cycle and then check to make sure it's not all balled up and damp inside. I may turn it around a bit so that any damp areas are on the outside, and run it again, and then as soon as it's dry, take it out, fold it, or put it back on the bed. I hope this helps you with your quilt maintenance, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any ideas of how to make this look better in here, let me know. We'll see you next time at the Shamrock Quilt Studio.